Hi everybody, welcome to this very quick demonstration of the new identity verification or IDV checks in CCH iFirm AML. The IDV checks are designed specifically to comply with the new laws that have come out from Companies House, the Economic Crime and Corporate Transparency Act, or the ECTA laws. And for these checks, we've partnered with a company called Credas and integrated some of their technology into CCH iFirm AML and therefore into CCH Central as well, providing you with a seamless end-to-end IDV experience that allows you to manage the entire journey for your clients, allows you to report on it and make sure that you know who has done the ID verification and who hasn't. So when it comes to submitting, again, those confirmation statements, sets of accounts down the line and everything else that needs to go to Companies House, you've not been caught short. So without further ado, we'll jump into CCH Central, and for the next 10 minutes or so, I'll take you through what the product we've built looks like. If you do have any questions, please do reach out to your account manager, and I'll be more than happy to discuss them with you. Thank you. So I'm in my instance of CCH Central here. You can see I'm in the client. Client's called Ben IDV Demo, and you can see I've got the tasks bar at the top, and I have this button for CCH iFirm AML, which I'm going to click. And it's going to open up my web browser and log me directly into CCH iFirm AML. And you'll see here that there's a variety of different checks that we can do. We've got our AML plus biometric KYC, AML data checks, and we have IDV. So I'm going to click IDV checks, and I'm going to click proceed. So my name and my mobile phone number have all come through from CCH Central. And you can see here that I can also enroll the client into daily ongoing monitoring for PEPs, sanctions, adverse media, and anything else you need to know about if you've subscribed to ongoing monitoring. But I'm not going to do ongoing monitoring at the moment. I'm just going to send this SMS text message for my client. And we can see we've created a verification link, and hopefully you've heard it come through on my mobile, and that's gone off to my client. Now I want to show you the IDV check log, and this is where you'll see all of the different IDV checks that you've done. At the moment, I'm just looking at Ben IDV Demo. If we click View All Checks, what that's going to do is remove the client context, and it's going to show us all of the IDV checks that we've run across the firm for the clients that I have permission to see. You can see these are the ones here. And then you'll start to get these identity verification and address and mortality results back in the IDV log as those checks are done. We also have filters, so you can filter to see who's failed, who's passed, who's still in progress, etc. And you also have an option to resend the SMS if you need to give them a nudge. So let's have a look at what that text message journey looks like for your clients. So you can see here I get a text message. It says Walter's clearing that text message, but we can put the name of your firm in there. And it's going to take us to the App Store to download an application. I've already downloaded the app, but in that text there was also a unique code, and this is going to link that client to your CCH iFirm AML account. The reason we ask that you download an app is so that we can use the NFC chip reading capabilities to read the passports or any other documents with chips. So we get a little bit of information around what it is that we're doing here. So ID verification for directors and PSCs for Companies House, and we start to fill in our information. So you can see with our information here, popping my name in, and we're also going to get asked for any other names. Again, this is a requirement from Companies House to do more of the data gathering as opposed to the IDV. So we've just put them into one flow. So any of the previous names or names that you'd like to be known as professionally. I can pop my date of birth in here. And I'm also going to put my email address in as well. My email address will be submitted to Companies House, and that's the email address that the end user will get the unique code to be included on documents submitted. So we're happy with that. It's going to ask me about my address, so I will just blur this in the interest of GDPR. I'm just popping my postcode in and I'm selecting the correct address. What you won't see here because it's blurred, it's also asking me for previous addresses. Again, more of the data gathering side. And we're happy with that, so we can progress. We choose our document. I'm going to use my passport. I'm going to take a photo of my passport, so again I'll pop the blur on. There are guidelines on the screen to help take a photograph of the passport, making sure that it's a genuine ID, that it's not been tampered with. And then we're also going to use the NFC chip scanning to scan that passport as well and extract that information, validate that information against everything that we've got or we've submitted. That NFC is complete, and the final step that we need to do is take a selfie. Lovely photo of me there. And we take that selfie, we ensure that that person is who they say they are on the document and they are live and present when taking that selfie. And that's it, your client has done, they've completed that IDV check, and you will get a PDF with the results. Okay, so we're in CCH Central, and here you can see under my AML tab, I've got an IDV history. Now, if you're using the IDV product, it will automatically update. It'll give you the submitted date, the status, an identity verification pass, fail, or review, an address and mortality pass, fail, or review, the employee who ran the check, and if you've got CCH document management, it will also link you off to that document in the document center as well. We also can see here under IDV history, we've got pass, fail, or review. Again, if you're using our product, the IDV checks, it will automatically fill in these fields for you. But we appreciate that some people may wish to use Companies House directly or another product. So even for the management of this, you can go in and manually mark something as a pass, hit refresh, and we can get the date that that check was passed. And we can also input the personal code of that user here. Now, if you have multiple directors or PSCs who are part of an organization, if you go into the associations tab, you can see here I'm in a company, Benz Ltd. In the associations tab, I've got green checks for those who have passed an IDV check. So you can see if I just make that a bit wider, my relationships, I've got my directors and my PSCs. So again, 2 here for Ben, who has passed that IDV check. But we can go into IRV, and in the AML tab for IRV, we can see that there is no IDV check been done, either through the system, because this table is empty, or done directly with Companies House, because we've not gone in here and we've not marked it as a pass, a fail, or a review. So I'm going to mark that as a pass and hit refresh there. If I go to another one of my customers here, again, I've used myself as an example, you'll see all of these different AML reports that have been synced from CCH iFirm AML directly into document management, again, providing you with a very clear audit trail. But if we go back into Benz Ltd and we refresh this now, we can see that IRV has been marked with a green tick because we've just updated her IDV status. So it's a very powerful way in which to actually manage that IDV process for the ECTA law through CCH Central. Again, if you're using the IDV checks, we can automate all of this for you, but we understand that not everybody will. Some will have IDV checks that are done through themselves and through Wolters Kluwer. Others will use Companies House directly, or you may have another third party. But that management piece is very important, and being able to bring that into CCH Central in the 25.3 release. So let's have a look at this PDF. So you can see here, Companies House ID verification. We get a selfie and we get some of our information. I've blanked out some of my information in here. And you'll also get an overall pass or fail. So we're happy that we've verified the liveness so that I was live when we did this check. And you can see the different checks that are done. So the address and mortality check and the identity check. The forms are the information that we submit around any previous addresses or any previous names. So let's have a look at this together. So obviously that's our first page. And we can see that I was live and present when we did that. The document verification, to give us an overall pass. So we're happy that the document was genuine. You can see here things like NFC results, facial match results, name, date of birth match, and a valid document type. That's an overall pass. We get a copy of the document that was submitted. So again, I've just blanked out my passport here, but anything that's submitted, your driver's license, your passport, whatever document, you'll get a copy of that. Address and mortality. So we'll make sure that the person who submitted this check isn't on a database of the deceased. An example being that someone's passed away and someone's going to try and come in and take that identity. So again, no known matches on the mortality database, which is good. The address element of this, so we're looking to match the address. So again, name and date of birth against that address. And we use various credit bureaus for this, as well as the electoral register if need be. And again, these are things like TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, any kind of those credit houses. And anything such as a utility or a mortgage statement contributes to those credit files. We get the company's house personal details. So these are the details we've submitted. So we've declared our names. If we've been known by any other names, which is a no. Again, if we put yes, we then put our previous names in there. They've come through to you on this PDF. Any professional names, as well as a date of birth. And this is the email address that we have submitted. So our unique email address. And then we also get the same company's house details, but this is for the addresses. So have we lived at a property for more than 1 year, yes or no? And if not, when did we move and what were the addresses for the past year? So again, going above and beyond that ID verification and also doing some of that data collection for you as well. Again, this document will be available automatically in CCH Document Management from the 25.3 release of CCH Central, but you can also go and download this from the cloud at any time in CCH iFirm AML if you're not a document management user. Thank you very much, everybody. Hopefully you found that useful or insightful and to see how you can manage IDV compliance with CCH. Obviously, if you'd have seen from that demonstration, we partnered with Credas to make sure that we are compliant with those IDV laws, as well as going that extra mile and gathering that extra information that Companies House have requested. Hopefully, you can also see from there how beneficial it is to manage that entire process out of CCH Central. Obviously, all that information that we get, we feed back into Central, and you can do all of your reporting, so you can see who's been IDV'd, who's not been IDV'd, who's passed, who's failed, when was it done, and obviously mark them as completed and put those numbers in as well. If you do have any questions about CCH iFirm AML, please do reach out to your account manager. We have a variety of checks within the system for AML compliance, for KYB, ongoing monitoring, and of course IDV as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.